check this out over here on the left-hand side. I was not going to leave Atlantic City without... Okay, yeah, just go. Thank you for your impatience. Was not going to leave Atlantic City without recording this amazing mural of none other than Sammy Davis Jr. You like absolutely have to come by here. Pizza King restaurant. I wonder if that's what it was his place that he would frequent. But yes, Sammy Davis Jr. You shoot this shit. Watch this.
Yeah, go ahead, man. This thing is awesome. Very cool. Yeah. Oh, check that little ramp out.
Yeah.
Get that little ramp. Fast, what we got?
20.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
I can't believe that does oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
Never do that.
And they just came out. They just came out with a new one that goes 25.
Really?
Today's episode of Playing in Traffic takes me to the old Byberry State Hospital grounds, and there's really nothing left to see. The little things that are left. I love this though. So this is the bridge, and I was just talking to a gentleman back there. His name's Andrew. May actually even get him to talk to us maybe off camera, maybe just a voice. I don't know. So here's my point. I have to post something from Byberry State Hospital, from the old grounds, because as an urban explorer, it's a must see or a must experience, and most of my experiences are through YouTube. Back when I was the age that you probably would have ventured through. Let's try to navigate this. This looks fairly good. I'm on the bridge right now, coming off the bridge, and hoping this doesn't have a bunch of weird, yeah. So we're heading over to the parking lots that are still remaining from the hospital. There's the bridge back there. So anyway, when I was of age, talking about any time I started hearing about Byberry State Hospital as a visit for people to obviously come up here and get high. It wasn't really about, oh, that was nice, about urban exploration. It was more like, yo, let's go to Byberry State Hospital because we might see people sacrificing animals. There might be a keg. There might be blah, 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 blah. There was a lot of that. And being a teenager, that's kind of what the cool shit was to do, living in Oxford Circle. I know it was the cool shit that was being done because people from all over, neighborhoods all over Philly, traveled up to Byberry Hospital. They had abandoned buildings. They were spooky looking. That's what we did. Well, I never got a chance to go through. Was it because of a strict household? It wasn't like I was going to tell them we were going to Byberry, but I also didn't have the friend that had the car to get up here. And so it never happened for me. So I lived all the Byberry exploration stories through videos on YouTube and conversations I had with my friends over the course of 20 to 30 years. So here's an old road right here. Let me see, I'll turn the video around. So I'm actually going to post some schematics of how things were situated, being that the bridge was right over here. If you ever see a map, there's like an administrative building that was here, okay? And I don't know the name of it exactly, but I'm going to post that image here. And so yeah, so my whole point, I guess, of posting a Byberry State Hospital video is that, well, that was nice. I just scared a whole family of deer. So I'm going to put in the description of the video my favorite links to some of my favorite videos I've had. I got videos, one of my favorites, I'm still trying to find it. I thought it was called Days of Berry, where it's people having birthday parties in some of the rooms. It's just people growing up and hanging out together. And so, look, you feel any way you want about people wandering in abandoned buildings. The bottom line is it's people building relationships with their friends, having a good time. Were they risking things? Yeah, because some of the floors were not stable. Some of the stairwells were not stable. So there was risk involved in it, absolutely. But the videos are amazing. I totally vibe off them. I think they're great. If I lived that close here, I absolutely would have been in here every day. There's no doubt about it. It's just stuff I like to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. Post links in my description, or links in the description of the videos that I really like. Those people are going to tell the story. Their images are going to tell the story. The schematics are going to tell the story. And I will share one story that I hold very close to my heart from a gentleman that I worked with at the post office about his experience in Byberry Hospital. Back in, say 1982, a friend of mine was unemployed. So part of the whole experience of being unemployed is when they call with work for you, you need to show up and take the jobs, okay? At least that's what the way it was back then. I don't know exactly what is going on now, but so he gets a call to come to Byberry. So he's walking up to the door, and at the time, the patients were outside in front on the lawn in the front of the building. I do not know what it looks like. I'm going to go dig around and see if I can get a picture of it. But they were out there. I'm sure they were being, there was security, I guess, because he said the minute he started walking up the path, there was people asking him for money. Which I don't think he particularly had any. I think that was the problem. So he goes into the office, main office, sits down, and the gentleman goes, I'm glad you decided not to give anyone money out front. And he goes, yeah, well, I didn't have any. And the guy goes, oh, well, look at the. So there was another person walking up who actually took money out of their wallet, their purse, whatever, and next thing you know, there was 30, patients around that person. And, it obviously got weird. And my buddy was like, oh, I see. So don't do that. He goes, yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that. So he ends up getting the job. gets light training. He was in a room. One guy was like, all right, we need to change the fluorescent bulbs in this room that there was a bunch of patients in. And he's up on the ladder, and the guy's showing him. He goes, yeah, go up there, go up the ladder and change the bulb, change the fluorescent tube. So he goes up the ladder and is changing the tube, and he's like, he goes, is this how you feel about this? And he hears the door click shut. The room door, whatever this was, like some type of classroom situation, and the door shuts, and he looks, he goes, now he was the only one in there. And you know, being that was his first day and it was a room full of patients, he was really freaking like scared. Like, he was scared, you know. He didn't know what everyone was in there for. You don't even need to explain it. He was very concerned. And he's the guy. So anyway, that's just the way it went. The guy didn't think it was a big deal, which it may not have been, but my boy was concerned. The next thing that happened that he told me of significance was, like, I've seen many videos where there's like these real long hallways, and some of them run like 2/10 of a mile in length, and they need to be mopped. So that was one of the jobs that he had in his description to do, just basic custodial, light maintenance type stuff. So he goes and guy tells him, he said, yeah, you got to, you know, mop this hallway. And he's like, okay. He goes, listen, if one of the people that are here, one of the patients that are here, offer to mop it, if you take them up on their offer, you have to pay them. So like, he gave him an example. He said, okay, so the one day they're in there, and a patient comes up and he goes, oh, I'll mop that for you. And he goes, I'll mop it for $1. And like $1 is a bar. In 1982, $1 was a bargain. Then to mop something for that length, you know what I mean? And the guy gave him the $1. The dude mopped it, or he mopped it and gave him the $1. I don't know what order it probably was, but yeah, no problem. A week later, dude wants to do the same thing, but then the guy goes, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have the $1. Yeah, the guy like beat him all the way. The guy that didn't give him the $1 got beat within an inch of his life, is what basically the guy said. He like literally knew exactly when to stop before the dude was dead. And he was like, look, if they're gonna offer to mop this floor for $1, just make sure you give them the $1. He goes, okay. It was the oddest freaking training, but it sounds like something that would be going on that would go on in a state hospital. So it wasn't hard to take serious. One thing I can show anyway is I'm coming up on Carter Road, sorry, and I do know that they had, this is the area, this is the road that Byberry State Hospital bordered on. So it's Southampton Road, which goes east-west, and Carter Road, which goes north and south. So over here was the old, I mean, I'm sure there were buildings here. A lot of the residents here, and I never heard a bad story about it. It sounds sounds scary, but a lot of the residents had patients walk in their house because a lot of them didn't lock their doors. And I guess the security wasn't that great at Byberry, which that's not a surprise either. But there was people, I had a friend's relative was over here, and they would get almost the same patient, like maybe once every couple weeks. Maybe it was even more often than not. And so that was definitely a feature for over here with the residential right here on the other side of Carter Road. I don't know exactly how far. I mean, the Byberry property is massive. I just wonder if that was one of the paths to get in there in the past. I don't, you know, I know it's massive. I don't know if it stretches all the way back there. Maybe it does. Then you wonder, like, well, again, one of the links that I'm going to put in the description in this video is going to talk about how, like, and I can feel for them too. A lot of the residential right here along Carter Road had to deal with anyone trying to party inside Byberry, because this apparently was a parking spot for it, and they had to deal with all that. And it was also, I heard plenty of talk about there being satanic. So you had that group wandering through the neighborhood and walking, you know, into this area too as well. That had to look kind of cool, and I mean that jokingly. So yeah, this is Herschel Road, Herschel and Carter. So I'm on this road here. Oops, a little weird. I might get kicked off this, I'm not sure. These buildings are the original, are definitely buildings. You can see some, I could definitely see some brick pointing and such over here. But these are definitely from the original Byberry Hospital. This is the other side of Southampton Road. So this is still around and operable. So I don't know what exactly they're doing in them. And as usual, I will say I don't know until I research it, and then I will put a comment up there to tell my audience what it is. Let's get another angle of that eagle's butt. That's kind of cool. But I don't know if this over here is old property or like super spacious. I don't know what that is. But I figured out, let me take a rock down on this. Oh, cool. Oh, well, that's a nice dump. Well, first off, that pumpkin is ridiculous, the size of it. I didn't even notice that coming through the first time. Yeah, that's right through it. Okay. And as you see up here, there was, and I saw this in some videos, this self-help movement, that's founded 1967. That, I think, is those original Byberry Hospital buildings that are still there. Let me try that again. Self-help movement. So there's the bridge we were just on, or where the episode opened up on, is Byberry Bridge. I'm hoping Andrew's still up there, because he promised me a little bit of a testimonial about the tunnel that goes under that bridge and under the Roosevelt Boulevard. And I will absolutely link in the description below, show you the video of people in the tunnel. Like if I had waders on, probably would do that. Sneakers, absolutely not. And you'll see in that video, link in the description below. But this really is my favorite right here. It's the brick and the old wrought iron. This is OG Byberry State Hospital. I remember even as a kid going by here going, ooh, what's behind that fence? Oh, well, it was a mental institution. We're gonna ride up here and and check it out. How long it runs, not very long. So yeah, I'm sitting here with Andrew, and Andrew's going to just give us a little lesson on what he remembers about the Byberry State Hospital grounds. When was the first time you were actually on the grounds, like just exploring
1984. I was about 14 years old, and I lived at behind 7-Eleven at 3348 Morning Glory Road.
Okay.
Which my ID proves that right now.
So back in
1984, I was 14.
Let me fix this damn thing.
Cool to have the hat?
Absolutely, I got one on. So a typical day for a 14-year-old around Byberry.
Riding my dirt bike. I had a,
nice.
A Suzuki RM 125.
Nice.
It was an let's see, it was like a 79. It had its
nice,
giant cylinder on it,
now,
and it was nothing but cornfields back here.
So you're talking about over that side?
Everywhere, all through here.
But like so the hospital, so when I'm pointing, me and Andrew talking, this way was really only thing I ever used to see of Byberry State Hospital.
Here is the last standing Byberry building, which was the medical center.
And that's currently now Benjamin Rush State Park is over that way.
Yeah, it's on McNulty Road.
Okay.
And it's the last standing building that's been there since.
Oh, that's still over there.
Yes.
Okay.
Since Byberry has been there.
Well, how about these buildings that are on Southampton though? On the other.
That is Byberry, part of Byberry too.
Right.
Now that was the kitchen. They were the kitchen where
Nice.
they made the food.
Okay.
And where we're at right now is on top of Roosevelt Boulevard between Southampton and where Old Krispy Kreme used to be back in the day, the Lincoln Hotel.
Okay.
And underneath this bridge right now where we're sitting was an underground tunnel that they used to transport the patients back and forth with a vehicle underneath the highway.
So where were they transporting them if they were?
Well, here's the thing. On this side here was the old Byberry.
Yeah, over here.
Over here was the new Byberry.
Yeah.
They shut the old one down in the 60s, put the new one up. Now, when the patients were all transferred to New Jersey, they were walking the streets. Like I said, I grew up on Morning Glory. They were literally walking the streets.
Oh my goodness.
And they were on the loose.
Oh,
and,
God.
Underneath the highway
Yeah.
is a tunnel that you can drive a vehicle.
So why didn't they just use this bridge to do it?
They did. But for safety reasons, I believe they want them underground.
Okay.
Or they don't want them up above. The real bad ones.
Yeah,
they didn't want them up
wow.
in society,
Wow, that's intense.
Seeing even daylight. That's how bad they were.
So when you had your dirt bike over here, you were riding on both sides of the boulevard in the property?
Yes.
So what? So after that, like say after riding the dirt bike, you were 14. I was 84. You were saying, right? So then
15, 85, about 15 years old.
Did you start hanging in some of the buildings or hanging with your friends, partying and whatnot or whatever?
Yeah, we used to smoke weed. We weren't drinkers. We smoked pot and
put some tunes on.
Yeah, put the music on. But here's the scary part.
Right.
There used to be a building with a 666 on it.
Yeah.
And they were the devil worshippers, they called them.
Yes.
And they would scare the crap out of us kids and chase us through the woods. We'd jump on our bikes and take off.
That's, you know.
Destroy them. It's under the highway.
Yeah, you can.
And there's
well, you know, you fill the entrances.
Burn up.
Ah, shit, I would love to see that.
Stolen vehicles. Well, listen,
in the tunnel?
Yeah. I'm not sure right now how to. But if you cross the street into the park and go up, there's another bridge like this over there.
Okay.
Okay, just like this.
Okay.
So cross the street, go up where the trees are. There's another bridge.
Okay.
And somewhere there's a manhole. You climb down the manhole, and that's how you get underground.
Damn it. Okay.
Okay.
I think my days of that are over.
If I wasn't hurt right now, I would take you and explore this for you. But I fell off about a 20-foot bridge.
Yeah, Andrew just, he had a real experience a few weeks back.
I'm lucky to be alive.
Yeah, he had a fall. That, you know, a 20-foot fall is not, that's not cool at all.
Into rocks and water and light just flashing beside my eyes.
Oh,
but other than that, there's a lot of history here.
Yeah, there is, man.
Look at the fence. They don't make fence.
I know.
These fences are from the 30s, man.
Well, you know what I just shot? Part of the reason why I went over here on the boulevard is because they still got the wrought iron up.
Yeah.
With that brick, with the brick like supports.
That was
I love that.
Byberry fence, the wrought iron fence.
Yeah, I love that.
That will never come down.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that.
You could smash probably a Freightliner into that and still be there, man.
No shit. Dude, half the times, look, when these institutions were put up, they didn't have counseling for drug addiction and alcohol addiction.
Yep.
They were bringing people in here to get lobotomies.
Yes.
Because of any kind of domestic shit that was so look.
I found an electric chair when I was a kid. I found a chair
that's what I'm talking about, like,
with handcuffs. That your hands went in, they were old and rusted, and it was an electric chair that used to shock the patients.
So
let me say from 1982 to 88, they were all walking the area.
I heard that.
They just walked around. The one guy used to knock on my grandma where I lived on 3348 Morning Glory. I got the ID on me, my old ID. And he would be going, Sony Donut, Sony Donut. That's all he would say, Sony Donut. And my grandma said, this guy's at the door again. No clothes on, nothing. And the cops would come around. This is when the police cars were blue. They were blue.
Yo, that's one shit going on around here.
Before dark, I'm way out of here, bro.
Okay, my last question. All the experiences that you had in any of the buildings, did you ever get a vibe like there was like some ghosts around you?
Yes, sir. Honest to God, black shadow with red eyes, I've seen one. And I was not on anything.
What side? The old buildings?
The older ones.
Okay.
You could feel something.
Oh, sure.
But just a flash.
Okay.
Black shadow with red eyes. Now, they say it was the New Jersey Devil back in the day. Cruising around this area.
Okay.
Now, try to dig into that.
Oh, I know
that.
No, actually, I just did an episode on my YouTube channel about the Jersey Devil because I got a
Well,
place
he
in
was
South
roaming
Jersey.
around here.
Oh, they said Pennsylvania too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in.
Well, I got to wrap this episode up. I want to thank Andrew for. I'm so happy that you. I hate that you fell. I'm so happy you were up here, to get an account, an on-site account of actually being up here. So, this has been Mikey Heels with Andrew.
Andrew Laverty.
And I'm my show's called Playing in Traffic. It's Mikey_Heels in case you ever get your hands on anything.
Right up,
Mikey_Heels. You're going to see that Jersey Devil episode on here too.
Oh, wow.
I just put that up.
Ain't
maybe
that weird
about.
how I came up with that,
dude. Yeah.
Yo,
I know that's
for real shit.
It is.
Like, how would I know that? Come
It
on.
is. All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time from Byberry State. The ground's remaining anyway. The bridge is still here. Thank God for the two of us. And have a great day and whatever else.
Take care.
Thank you. Take care, and right.